Season preview in the Championship. Let's go through each Championship club and talk a little bit about their realistic expectations for the season ahead. Naturally, each club hopes or thinks they can reach the playoffs. Realistically, that's not going to happen. Firstly, Birmingham. In my opinion, Birmingham fans can realistically expect a playoff push. With the money they've got, the momentum they've got, and the signings they've made so far in the window, I think that's probably fair. If anything, they're probably in an automatic promotion race. Blackburn Rovers. I've got mid-table for Blackburn. I do think naturally with other teams being more strong around them, I think it's likely they'll drop off slightly. I think they took advantage of a generally poor league last season. I'm not entirely convinced by their transfer window so far, and I do think they've lost quite a lot of depth. I think mid-table is realistic. Bristol City. Again, much the same for Bristol City. I think they can realistically expect to be mid-table. However, I do think that Struber is a fantastic appointment. Similar to Blackburn, I think other teams are far stronger this season. And whilst they've made a few good signings, I don't think that they can reach the playoffs again. Charlton Athletic. Realistically, Charlton are in a relegation battle. They've made some fantastic signings so far. And I think their starting 11 probably warrants a mid-table finish. I'm just concerned at their lack of depth. They will be strong at home, but I do think a relegation battle is pending. However, they do look far stronger than they did 6 weeks ago. Coventry City. I think Coventry fans can realistically expect another playoff push. However, they haven't made any signings to note yet. And as I've said previously, the league is a lot stronger. There is still 6 weeks left in the window, but I do think Coventry need to do more business. Derby County. I think realistically Derby can aim for a top half finish. Their main goal last season was to survive. They've done that and they've now strengthened quite significantly. It does remain to be seen whether spending $7 million on Ajamang was a good decision. But Derby look in a far better place. They've obviously got massive crowds and a lot of revenue generation. I think a top half finish is the aim. Hull City. Hull City are definitely in a relegation battle. Their current squad only survived on the last day of last season. They've now been placed under a transfer embargo. And other clubs like Charlton have strengthened it around them. For me, they're nailed on as a relegation battle. Ipswich Town. Ipswich Town are in a title race. They've received massive transfer fees for some of their players and probably more for Hutchinson. They've had a year's TV money in the Premier League. They've now got the parachute payments and their squad on paper is very, very strong. Out of the 3 teams that have come down, I think Ipswich are the strongest. That rounds up part 1. Stay tuned for part 2.